Oh no, your kid is a gamer. No, why God? Do you think video games is a waste of time? Can you relate to crazy Russian dad?
I curse the day we bought those video games. You're a junkie. You're addicted. I am your father, okay? It's part of my job description to stop you.
Don't worry. I'm gonna give you 3 steps that you can take to help you build a positive relationship to your gamer kid. And these steps are positive attitude, research, and communication. And I will explain them in depth if you stick around. OBearry! So the first step is positive attitude. And I don't want you to be like crazy Russian dad. He's fine, he's probably a good dad, but we're trying to do something else here. You try that strategy for so long, and I can understand you because you're worried and you're frustrated and you see your kid wasting his or her time in front of the computer or video games, and you want to do something and you do whatever you think is the best, and maybe that screaming or yelling or punishment is just not helping, is it? So the first thing I want you to do is to address all of that negative energy that you have in your body. To get a positive attitude, you need to get rid of the negative energy and also focus on something positive. And one way to take care of the negative energy first is do something that makes you happy. Don't take it out on the kid because they deserve better, and you're just screaming or yelling or blaming video games only make them feel guilty and shameful for playing video games. So you don't want to do that anymore. Do something else. I don't care if it's eating chocolate, talking to friends, punching a punching bag, or talking to a therapist. Like, do something that takes care of that negative energy. Now the negative energy is out of the way, taken care of, you can still feel the bad feelings and be frustrated and worry about your kid, but you don't take it out on the kid anymore. So to get a positive attitude instead of a negative attitude towards video games and your kid, you need to start investigating why you have all of these negative feelings. There's something really positive hiding underneath. There's a desire, there's something you want for yourself or your kid that is hidden underneath the fear or negative beliefs that you have. So ask yourself, what is it? What is it that I really want for myself, for my kid? What positive thing would happen if my kids played less or stopped playing video games? So for example, it could be like, I want my kid to be healthy, taking care of their body, or I want my kid to be social and have friends, or I want my kid to succeed in school. Take 5 to 10 minutes or half an hour or whatever to really investigate this. What is it that you really want? And you have to find that thing that resonates for you, that positive thing, and put it into a statement. I want you to write it down and be really specific and clear with yourself. Maybe you long for a good relationship with your kid, or you want your kid to feel loved and just be happy. The second step is research. So let me start off by telling you a little story from my life. When I was a teenager, I spent a lot of hours in my room playing video games, and it was a big part of my life, and I kind of used it to escape some real life problems, and I used it to cope with stress, but it also made me feel good. But all my parents could see was that I was isolating myself and I was wasting my time playing these stupid video games, and they just couldn't understand. They couldn't understand why. So that's where research comes in. There is so much that you don't know about video games, and there's so much you can learn about video games. It's a whole big universe that you haven't explored yet, and exploring that can actually be fun and interesting and positive. So remember that you have now a positive attitude, you have something you want, maybe a good relationship with your kid, and now you have to do some work, you have to invest in building that relationship. And one great way to do that is actually to spend some time learning about your kid's biggest hobby in life so that you can kind of build that relationship. So I'm not asking you to love video games or become a gamer yourself, I'm just asking you to do some basic research about video games. If you're not interested in video games, you have to find a way to be interested in video games. So maybe you like business, so you can look into the business side of video games, or maybe you like storytelling, so you could look into the stories that are told through video games, or maybe you like music, so you could look into the soundtracks of music. of video games. Find something that inspires you to learn more about video games, whatever it is. And you can use Google to search articles, and you can use YouTube to look up like videos of people playing video games, explaining things about video games. And then after you've done some general research about video games, you want to kind of look up 1 or 2 games that your kid is playing to learn more about those specific games. Learn how you play them, what are the objectives, like how do you win in the game, how do you play it, with who do you play it, and so on and so on. You need to learn a lot about this, okay? It's time to practice what you learned. You're the parent, and now it's time that you take the responsibility to take the first step to talk about video games with your kid. And I know it can be scary, you might be rejected, but don't let that put you down. Be patient and brave, because they might not really believe you when you say that you want to learn more about video games. You walk up to your kid, you look them in the eyes and you say, "Yo kid, I'm interested in those stupid video games. Hey, I want to learn more about those video games you're playing. Show me, tell me more." And you can ask questions about the games, and not stupid parent questions, because you've done the research, right? And now you have the positive attitude, so when you're talking to your kid, you're not blaming them or making them feel guilty for playing video games, and you're not trash talking their biggest hobby in the world. So you want to create this safe relationship where you can talk about video games without it turning into a conflict. It doesn't have to turn into a conflict unless you really want it to, because it's easy that your fears come up and maybe they reject you and your negative beliefs come up again, and you think like, this is not working, I'm just gonna throw the computer out the door. Well, then you're also throwing your relationship to your kid out the door. So be patient, be brave. It takes time to transform a relationship. Most of the time now, you are approaching your kid, talking about video games in a positive way. That also means that you have a relationship where you can be honest with them and tell them, hey, I worry about you, I worry about your school performance, or I worry about your social life, I want what's best for you. And also they will feel like they can trust you and that you care for them, and they will feel that you support them, because they don't have to defend themselves and their biggest hobby in life, because you're not attacking them. But maybe it isn't this easy, and I totally understand if it takes time and if your kid still reacts in the same patterns, because that's what you've been creating for such a long time. So let this be a process, let it take time, and don't force your company on your kid if they rather be alone. Choose your battles, choose the right opportunities, seize the moment where you feel like you can talk about video games in a positive way. Thank you for watching. These were 3 steps that you can take to help you build a positive and nice and supportive and good and healthy relationship to your gamer kid, even if they're wasting their time playing stupid video games. No! Since the last video, we got 5 new subscribers. That's crazy. I want to say hello and welcome to you guys. William, Wirik the cat, Sonia, Finley, Hannah, awesome! Thank you for subscribing and welcome on board on this crazy journey. And thank you everyone else for watching. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to comment and interact with me or the other subscribers or viewers, write in the comments. And if you want to join this OBearry community, click the subscribe button to get a notification the next time I upload a video. Thanks for watching. Take care. I love you all. Bye.
I hope you have an easier time stopping your evil children from playing evil video games. Good night.